How can you not love calculating with decimals, decimals, decimals? How can you not love calculating with decimals, decimals, decimals? How can you not love calculating with decimals, decimals, decimals? How can you not love calculating with... I thought I would do a scary one for this, because you guys have to do lots of calculating on this lesson. You may not like it. I actually enjoy it because it's peaceful. You might not, but it's good review. You can't be too ready for decimals and calculating them. You got this. I'm going to zip through this lesson because it should be review. It's adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing decimals. Why are they doing this in pre-algebra? Well, it's to make sure you remember all the rules. Some of us get rusty after a while. All right, here they are. When we subtract $2, we get $5.50, but we don't quite subtract $2. We're one short, so it's $5.51. This one I did 5 times 6 is 300, or $3, and 5 times 4 is 20, so we get $3.20. Here it's 10 times 3 is 30, 9 times 3 is 27. Reduce, 5 goes into both of those, or sorry, 3 goes into both of those, 5/8. This is 16 minus 2. This is half of, or 24 divided by 12 is 2. Multiply that by 5. All right, let's zip through these. Notice I have a workspace here. I want you guys to use this workspace because there's not always enough room over here. So just use wherever you can to do your work over here. So the big deal on adding and subtracting here is to line up those decimals. And then we will talk about multiplication. So go ahead and do these, and I will do them, and maybe I'll even play some, I don't know, instrumental music in the background, or I will go through it really fast. All right. All right, multiplication. Make sure you got these. And let's do this. Now, the big deal with multiplication is to count, well, let's just set it up. I usually put the one with the most non-zero digits on the top. And then this. Now, usually when I do these, I don't write the 0. I kind of leave that off. So it's because sometimes that you might get on autopilot and start multiplying zeros, and that's just a huge waste of time. So here we are, and we just multiply like normal. Okay, and then we count how many digits were behind the decimal. 1, 2, 3. So if I have 3 digits behind the decimal, I need 3 digits behind the decimal here, starting from the right side. 1, 2, oh, I need to give myself another one so that I can have the decimal in front of 3 digits. So the answer is 0.092. Now let's probably do another one. Oh, that's not too exciting. So again, I put 35 on top just because it's got the most non-zero digits. Alright, and we could do this like we did before. 4 times 30 plus 4 times 5. 4 times 30 is 120, plus 4 times 5, which is 20, so we get 140. So there is a mental way to do this, and I want you to think about that. We're getting beyond just going through the process, but understanding why. See, 140. Now we've got one digit behind the decimal, so that means we move this one over 1. So the answer is 14. All right, when you're multiplying 3, it's good to do 2, multiply 2, and then multiply the third one. So 0.2 times 0.3, think about that, is 2 times 3 is 6, right? And we have 2 digits behind the decimal place. So if we have 6, but we need 2 digits, we get 0.06. And then multiply that by 0.04. So we do 4 times 6 is 24, right? I'm not going to go and do all the zeros. That would be a waste of time. I'm just going to 1, 2, 3, 4, count the decimals places, and there's 4 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to need 2 zeros to have 4 digits behind the decimal. So it's, yes, I am going through these fast. If this was too fast, go back and watch it, try some again, check in the book if you need another explanation. Division. Now there's, these two are different. These two are different than this one. These two are dividing by a whole number. This one, oh, never mind. They're all dividing by a whole number. So these are easy division, actually. You don't have to do much. Just line up the decimal again. So I'm going to do 3.425. And I'm just going to do these again. Probably speed myself up so you won't hear me talk, which you're probably happy about. And there we go. All right, notice this. We have a remainder. When we're dealing decimals, you don't use remainders. You keep going until you can possibly get rid of your decimal. So what I'm going to do here is give myself another 0, bring it down, and now I can finish it. So we get 0.24. Now, back here, I don't know if you guys caught this, but we always start, okay, does 0 divide by 8? No, 0 times. Does 1 divide by 8? No, 0. So now I get to 14, and that's why I was 3 digits back there. I just want you, that might have been tricky for you. All right, practice. Again, I'm going to just work through these. I want you to just turn me off, really, and then check the answer key when you're done. And if not, come back and watch the particular problem. Now, I just noticed I went in the answer key and checked, and my first one, 28.35, did not match the answer key. However, I did do it correctly with what I wrote on here. So your answer will probably match up because I'm going to change this before you do it. So don't call or email and say you found a mistake, because unfortunately for you, I found it first. The way I did it, I had it, this should be 1.2, but I wrote 1.3. So I'm going to be a 1/10 off on my video, but your answer key should match up with yours, because I will fix it before you get your hands on it.
How can you not love calculating with decimals? Calculating with decimals is so much fun. Remember to line up those decimals when you're adding and subtracting. When you're multiplying and dividing, you may line up or divide, but when you're multiplying, you count those decimals. How can you not not love calculating with decimals? Calculating with decimals is so much fun. Remember to line up those decimals when you're adding and subtracting. When you're multiplying and dividing, you may line up or dividing, but when you're multiplying, you count those decimal places. Love those decimal places. Just love those decimal places. How can you not love calculating with decimals? Calculating with decimals is so much fun. Remember to line up those decimals when you're adding and subtracting. When you're multiplying and dividing, you may line up or dividing, but when you're multiplying, you count those decimal places. Love those decimal places. Just love those decimal places. How can you not love calculating with decimals? Calculating with decimals is so much fun. Remember to line up those decimals when you're adding and subtracting. When you're multiplying and dividing, you may line up or dividing, but when you're multiplying, you count those decimals. How can you not love calculating with decimals? 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 How can you not love How can you not love calculating with decimals? How can you not love calculating with decimals?